Okay, we are
What's happening,
back.
people?
Another week with some Dynasty drafts. What's up, Juxter? What's up, David Dixon? What's up, everybody? Say what's up in the chat. Shout out to the 10 people watching right now. As you come in, go ahead and drop a like for us if you don't mind. Excited for today because it's always a good day to do a Dynasty SuperFlex mock draft with the community, Badaki.
Yeah, it's all love. Hey, what a weekend!
What a weekend.
Congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams. OBJ, Cooper Cup, Cam Akers is now a Super Bowl winning running back. I don't know if you know that. Um,
Oh
but
my
yeah, it's
god.
crazy. What a game and what a weekend.
MP says, dude, that Eli Apple jersey is too much. I don't know if you saw the poll I made for us today, Badaki. We hit our like goal last
Let's
time,
see.
which was 50 likes.
Oh gosh,
And
I don't even think that's available. So
so if we hit 75 likes, I guarantee you I could find an Eli Apple Giants jersey on eBay right now. Let me go actually try and find one. Let's see. Eli Apple Giants jersey.
I doubt it. I hope not.
Yep, there it is. It's actually super cheap. You can actually get one hella cheap. It's like $20. Anyway,
I'll do that then.
if we hit 75 likes on the stream, we had to up the like goal because we already hit 50. You guys are amazing. Thanks so much for helping us hit that goal. If we hit 75 likes on stream, Badaki has to do whatever the poll says, which right now it looks like people want him to buy an Eli Apple Giants jersey. Man, he was talking so much trash. He was
Yeah,
talking
what can
so
you
much
do?
trash.
Yeah, I mean the guy. I mean, maybe they lost because of him. I
Mm.
wonder if he stays with the team.
Eli Apple, he's probably. I mean, is it fair to say that he was a massive reason why they lost? Is that fair to say? I mean, kind of feels like
Yeah, it's kind of
watching the
both.
game. It was true. So probably not, but you never know.
Okay.
Garrett said, told my boy T. Higgins anytime Tutty, and Akers ruined his parlay. Yeah, Akers, they were on the goal line. Like, how many times were they on the goal line? And I said to you, they need to run the ball and like waste out some clock, but it was to Cooper Cup every single time. You
Yeah,
know,
they just wanted to score that touchdown.
could you imagine if we saw another Seattle situation where they were on the 1 yard line? And what if
Oh
Matthew Stafford got
gosh.
intercepted on that goal line play where he threw it straight away to Cooper
Well, they
Cup?
still had their 3 timeouts, and
Mm.
if Eli Apple would have intercepted that, they had 3 timeouts. Depending on if he would have got it and caught it, and then went down in the end zone, would have been on the 20-yard line. They could have stopped him again and
Yeah,
then got the ball back. It would have
that's
been a
true.
little bit harder, but yeah.
That is true. All right, guys. Shout out to the 15 people watching the stream. Thank you so much for being with us today. Hope you enjoyed your Super Bowl Sunday. It is now the off season officially. I mean, we've been grinding on the off season already, but now we're officially in the off season. So we're
That's
gonna
right.
keep doing dynasty drafts, helping each other out, trying strategies. If you want to get into this draft today, you can. You know, you're watching and you've never been in a draft, you actually can be a part of one. In the chat, you can see a comment that's pinned with a link to our Discord. You need to join our Discord if you want to be a part of these mocks. There's no paywall. It's completely free. And that's where we give out the information in order for you to be a part of our mock drafts. We send the links out there, the information. There's a great community. And if you don't mind, go ahead and drop a like on this video before we start. That's just going to help us reach some more people, grow the community. Garrett Juxter says Bengals should have run on 4th and 1. I mean, why was Samaje Perine in the game
On
on
third
the
and
3rd and 1?
one, yeah.
I understand he
But there
played
was
that
just
role
so many
all year,
questions.
but
There's just
why?
so many questions that they, yeah.
Yeah.
Why was P Ryan in there? Why didn't they do like a QB sneak? I think Joe couldn't even done it himself on 3rd and 1. You
Yeah,
know,
probably not. Yeah.
um, I don't know. There's just so many theories that could have happened, and the 3 or 4 flags within the 2 minutes, but there was no flags in the whole game. There's
You
just so
know,
much.
so here's the problem. Those were typically flags that were called this season. Do you know what I mean? But they weren't calling typical flags the entire game. So the miss on T. Higgins, that was a massive play. I mean, they scored a touchdown off of that play. And I think there was definitely holds on Cooper Cup by both of those players, in my opinion. They weren't calling those at some point, but I don't think we can there's so many people on Twitter saying that the refs are the reason that the Rams won. I just think it's ridiculous. You either win the game or you lose the game. That's it.
Yeah.
MP says, what's up, Gator? MP says, if Apple catches the ball, can you imagine the fire he would be bringing on Twitter?
Bro,
Bro,
that just would have been crazy
he
if
was
that's actually
talking
the case.
so much after the championship game. All right. So again, 20 people watching. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for joining us. If you want to show us some love, drop a like. That would mean a lot to us. And honestly, because Badaki's the one who has to do whatever whatever the poll says, I would really, really love to see Badaki have to buy a Eli Apple Giants jersey.
You know what? I'll buy an Eli Apple Giants jersey if it's less than $100. Like I'm saying, it's only $20. So,
well, help us get there. We need the likes to get there. So if you guys can help us get there, that would be amazing.
$20.
Yeah, on eBay. But we are doing a Dynasty startup
right.
draft again. I'll tell you one more time, and then we'll drop the link. If you want to be a part of this draft, it is super, super easy to be a part of. In the comment section, we have pinned a comment which has a link to our Discord. All you have to do is join our Discord, and then you'll have the link to join. So we are doing a 12-man Dynasty startup draft. But Aki, why don't you go ahead and paste that link in the Discord for people to join?
Yeah.
And we'll get this thing popping.
As always, go to the Discord channel if you haven't. That's in the either description below or it's pinned on the chat. Dynasty Dynasty mock drafts under there. I'm post a link. Make sure you go there now. I'm giving you guys some time. Tagging everyone. All right. Hopefully you guys are there. 3, 2, 1.
These fill up pretty quickly typically, so let's see if that's
maybe
any different today.
Yeah, it's
right, the link just got sent. So let's see how quickly this bad boy is going to get filled.
Garrett got the freaking... He says, I'm going to go for 12, and he gets 12.
Garrett's got hacks on, bro. He's got
100%.
hacks.
This guy knows something.
All right, so we got full lobby here. Manth, Peric, Juxter, Dave, Sean, what's up, guys? Jack, Badaki, obviously Calder, Everett, Ryan, Tebow, Garrett. Some of these guys are a part of our follower subscriber leagues that we host. You can check out that in the description. Patreon.com/FantasylandFam. Feel free to drop any questions you might have. And last thing I want to say is, if you guys want to get into these mocks, and let's say today you didn't get in or you've never been able to get in, it's actually, we want to make sure that you get the chance to practice and be a part of the community. So just message the Fantasyland Football account on Discord, DM us individually, and we have more mocks coming this week. So if you didn't get in and you want to and you haven't been able to, just DM us on that account on Discord, and we'll make sure to get you into the next one. That's so, right. Badaki, do you want to tell people the team layout here?
All right, I was just changing my icon name, but yes, absolutely. So obviously this is a super flex league. So you have 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end. We actually have 2 flex. Some people like to play 3 flex, and then a super flex where you can play quarterback, wide receiver, running back, or tight end, and about 6 to 7 bench spots, depending on maybe a little bit more actually, but yeah, around there. So super simple, super easy. Dynasty startup mock draft.
PPR format. This is not tight end premium. Again, not tight end premium. But let's go ahead and start the draft. There will be 60 seconds on the clock, and then we will change it to 30 seconds when we get about 5 or 6 rounds in.
Jack, what's good, brother? Garrett, I'm sorry, I didn't say hi to everyone. I'm kind of like, we just finished recording, so there was just so much stuff that was happening.
Yeah, we just recorded for like 2 hours straight for content this week. Pretty excited about it.
We're getting a lot of cool stuff coming through. So what's happening to everyone in the chat? Juxter, MP, Gator fan, what's happening, man? Who else? Jack, I saw out there. Who else do I see? David Dixon. Yo, David, what's good with that trade, brother? You want Kyler Murray? Come on, man. Send it through. Calder, what's happening?
We see Josh Allen at the 1-1, Justin Herbert at the 1-2. Honestly, there's a lot of room for good reasoning to take a lot of these quarterbacks wherever you want to take them within the first, 5-6 picks. For me, Mahomes is still my quarterback 1, so I'm going to take him here at the 1.3.
Wow, what a steal. QB1, 1.3. Who would have thought?
No one's still Andrews. He's my 212. Okay, guys. Don't take Mark
He
Andrews
said,
away from.
he said not anymore.
You have to
Why
actually
not?
take him now that you said that. Calder says this is my first dynasty draft ever. You're nervous. Don't be nervous, Calder. You're gonna be great. You're gonna be fine.
I feel like he says that every time. He's always
Yeah.
in the chat.
Apparently, Dave doesn't want to do your trade anymore, bro.
But he's been trying to get Kyler Murray for me all last year, and now it's technically before the reports came out. I was like, I put Kyler on the block, but I want 2 first. I don't want one or a piece or one and something else. Like I want 2 first. Oh, I'm on the clock here. Sheesh.
So we saw Joe Burrow and then Murray and Lamar Jackson. Those top 6 quarterbacks are off the board. Honestly, in your startups, you're probably going to see Jonathan Taylor somewhere in between here. I think the reason that he doesn't go there anymore for us is because I always tell people that I think they should invest into quarterbacks in Dynasty over running backs if they have that option within these first 6 picks. Jonathan Taylor is so great, but still, quarterbacks are always going to beat out running backs longevity-wise in Dynasty. So that's why, if you're curious why Jonathan Taylor's probably not on the board now. But at this point, those top 6 quarterbacks are off the board. You can go a positional player if you like.
I could go positional player, but I am going to go positional player. That's going to be Jamar Chase. I'll take him as my wide receiver. He is my wide receiver 1 in Dynasty. Obviously, the longevity on wide receiver is a lot higher than the running back. And there goes Jonathan Taylor at the 1-9. I think that's great. At the 1-9, that's okay because you can still come back around and it's going to, you can get some good people there.
Steven says, kind of surprising that Mahomes' stock fell like that after just 1 season. Totally. I mean, he still has 9 years left on the contract. 26. Is he 26 now? So to me, he's still my quarterback 1. I understand people's concerns, but I'm not really worried about it. As far as a from just talent-wise, I think he's the most talented quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people that, I'm happy to take Josh Allen, Herbie, and maybe even Joe Burrow over Patrick Mahomes. And I think that's just because of I think Joe Burrow, for me, is the talent around him, in the longevity perspective, is better than Patrick Mahomes. So I think Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and those guys will outlast, clearly, a Tyreek and Travis Kelce from where they're at right now. Where Justin Herbert, there's the argument because you have Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. He doesn't have those young pieces around him unless they draft a Treylon Burks, and maybe the conversation can happen. Maybe something like that can happen.
The reality is though that good players want to play with these quarterbacks. Good players want to play with Allen, Herbert, Mahomes, Burrow, Murray. So the Chiefs are going to be able to get good wide receiver talent throughout free agency and in the draft. Okay, Austin Eckler at the 111. That is way, way too early for Austin Eckler. I can't justify Eckler being in the first round here. Am I the only one, or
look,
this is not where Austin Eckler should be going. This is
I don't think he should go
high.
on the first. I think there's an argument, is it Austin Eckler or Najee Harris? Because Najee Harris at the 111 is technically better in a dynasty. Yeah, Najee Harris is what 2-3. Najee Harris is 23. Austin Eckler is 26. So 3 years older.
There's like Waddle. 5 to 6 to 7 running backs I would have taken over him. I would have taken over Austin Eckler, and AJ Brown's still on the board at that point. Yeah, I think that's too high for Dynasty, in my opinion. What's up, Kenny?
Yeah, what's happening, brother? Steven, if I remember, his contract was pretty team-friendly, too, so maybe the team won't be too cash-strapped, too. Yeah,
that's a very, very good point. If you look at, on SpoTrack, if you look at Mahomes' contract, it is very team friendly down the road, and I think that's going to help the team compete for a while. MP says, I think Andrews could go at the 111. Way too early. Dave says, I'm way too early, and I'm all about the running back position. Yeah. This is why we try things. This is why we switch things up. Tebow is obviously a very good drafter, so maybe he's just trying something different. Maybe he's trying the all-in type strat. But, yeah, I think it is just too early for Eckler there. And I'm happy with Waddle at the 2-1. Waddle is my wide receiver 4 in Dynasty. A lot of people aren't going to be happy with that, but I am okay with Waddle at the 2-1. You know, I love his potential. I love his future. I love that he's connected to Tua and that the team is dedicated to Tua. Can score a touchdown on any play. Then we see Swift and Najee off the board.
Yeah, that makes sense. Here we go. Wow. Okay, Trey Lance.
Trey Lance goes off the board.
Javonte.
Javonte's off the board.
Okay, and I think that makes it a lot easier for me. Once again, I'm always gonna go with my yeah, I'm gonna go quarterback here. And honestly, it's between, hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we'll go Justin. Sorry, I'm gonna go Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
Put Deshaun Watson here. Hopefully he comes, he plays. Jamar Chase, Deshaun Watson. I think it's a good start for me.
I like it. Just catching up with the chat. Impy says this. What is happening in the first round? Never seen anything like this before. Yeah, I mean, some people might be trying crazy strategies and switching it up. It's not. It's definitely not how you would typically see a first round go.
I think this is the first time we saw like Jonathan Taylor go at the 1-9 in our draft.
Yeah,
it's either
he's never gone that late.
Yeah, we've seen him go 101, 2. We've seen him go 5, 6, or 7, but he's never gone late as 1-9.
But to be honest with you, for me, I would prefer all 8 players that went ahead of Jonathan Taylor to Jonathan Taylor in Dynasty. Personally, the Storm Bucket says, "Boys, is Rodgers staying or going?" It's the $1 million question.
Honestly, it's right now it's 50-50. There's so many reports saying that he would love to stay. He's having conversations, and there's other reports. Him buying a house in Tennessee, maybe he goes to the Titans, him doing this or him doing that. It's 50-50. And I think it's going to suck because the
Titans have already said they're not they're committing to Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah. And I think, I think Aaron Rodgers is just going to be one of those last minute people, or
he said he's going to make his decision before free agency. So we'll know soon, which is good.
I think no matter what, he wants Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
He wants to go. If he's going to another team, he's taking Devontae Adams. If he's going to stay, they have to sign Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's the plus. So maybe it's worth getting Devontae Adams in like 4th or 5th round, because I think no matter where he's going, he's going to be with Aaron Rodgers. At least that's the expectation.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be 30 years old soon. But it is pretty interesting that they committed to Tannehill over even exploring the possibility of getting Aaron Rodgers. That was pretty interesting to me.
How old is
at this point, I do like to lock up 2 quarterbacks that I really believe in long term. I love Justin Fields. Love that I can get him here at the 210. If I can get Justin Fields at the 210 in every startup, I'll smash that every time. So I'll take Fields here.
Look, I don't see. Yeah, I mean, look. Do you commit to Ryan Tannehill for the next 5 to 6 years? A guy that's been taking you to the playoffs consistently for the last 2-3 years, or you sign Aaron Rodgers and hope to win a Super Bowl in 1 to 2 years that he really has. He's 38 years old. Tannehill's 33.
It's probably more contract related. There's probably a lot of money wrapped up in Tannehill that wouldn't make sense for their team construction. If they were to move him, I'd have to look at his contract, but. Yeah, it's interesting. Stephen Day says, I traded Waddle away and regret it with a crying face. Yep. A lot of people regretted trading away Waddle earlier in the year. Kenny loves Waddle going that early. MP says, pity city. Garrett wants Aaron Rodgers to come to Denver. I'm excited that we will know, because Aaron Rodgers himself has said it on the Pat McAfee show. He's saying, I will make a decision before free agency.
And he'll also make a decision on the Pat McAfee show.
Fuck.
He did that.
Okay, that hurts. That's a stinger right there.
Yeah, because after that, that's a huge drop in my opinion. After these wide receivers, it's like, okay, do I go with age? Because now you have these in between guys. Stephon Diggs 28,
DK's
Cooper
not
Kupp
even
29.
on the board. DK's not even on the board here. I need to check my rankings.
Sometimes you feel like do you go Chris Godwin, but he's hurt. Do you go Terry, but I don't know who's gonna be his quarterback. Like, there's so many question marks after this. Like,
yeah, look, for me, we just recorded a video on Cooper Kupp. I don't want to take him here at this point. Yeah, this is probably the worst the board has ever fallen to me. at this point. But I'm going to take Christian McCaffrey here.
This is where you can take Mark Andrews.
I'm going to take Christian McCaffrey here at the 3-3. Still think he has like 3 to 4 years of good production left. So maybe this might impact the way I build my team going forward. We'll have to see who's available on the board. I hated my options there. I was really hoping that there would be a DK or a Debo or Higgins or Pitts. Yeah, that's rough, man. That's really rough. I would never want to be in this position in a real draft.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. There goes Aaron Rodgers. So Dave is believing in the comeback for another year or two, and he's willing to take the chance there. It's definitely interesting.
That is really... I really hate what happened there at the 3-3. I don't feel good about it. And I hate taking Christian McCaffrey. I feel terrible about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, this doesn't feel good. This is why we mock, people. This is why we mock.
You don't want to be at the 1.3 at this very moment.
Juxter says, yeah, you weren't getting T. Bro, you know what's crazy is last year, you guys know how much I've loved T for a long time. But last year, in a lot of startups, I was getting T around like the 8th, 9th round. It's crazy how high he's raised in value.
Okay.
No Andrews.
Well, that makes it interesting.
Oh, you didn't take Andrews at the 212. We'll see. We'll see if he's going to come back to you. Shout out to the 32 people watching the stream. Thanks for joining us tonight. I hope you guys are having a good time. I mean, you can see it's actually light outside because we both live in Sydney. We're Americans living in Sydney, Australia. Thanks for joining us. We're doing a Dynasty SuperFlex startup draft. And by the way, right now, if you help us get to 75 likes, Badaki has to buy an Eli Apple Giants jersey. He's a Giants fan.
No.
So that would be hilarious if that actually ended up happening, if we hit 75 likes. What's up, Jim? He says 3.3 for CMC is crazy value. Yeah, I can see why people drafted, the other players before CMC, but I think at that point it is pretty good value.
This is difficult, and I might be reaching here. I'm definitely reaching the last couple of picks, but I'm going Elijah Moore.
Okay, I like Elijah Moore there. See, you're in a tough place where you have to decide between these veteran wide receivers who are proven commodities.
Exactly.
That's difficult.
And there's so many. Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Deontay Johnson, Chris Godwin, Terry, DJ Moore.
Ideally, you would like to take Elijah Moore at the 4-6.
Yeah.
Do you think he would have fallen to you? Honestly, if I'm honest, I think I would have taken one of the quarterbacks on the board. I think I would have taken Russell Wilson or Stafford.
And I'm taking a chance on somebody on the 4 because I'll tell you who will probably be, and you might know who will be, but I'm going to take a chance and hoping that this person comes back to me.
Take a chance.
Yeah, what's happening?
What's popping?
How was everyone's Super Bowl Sunday? What you guys do? You had some wings and had some Papa John's. I guess the biggest question is, what's your preferred pizza? Yeah, Zach and I love Papa John's. I haven't had Papa John's in 4 to 6 years now.
That garlic sauce is just different. It'll send you into a coma straight away. There goes Mark Andrews off the board.
Mm-hmm. So
unlucky for
what you guys do? You had people over? Did you
for MP?
What was happening?
Trying something new here. Garrett says, "What's up, Griffin? What's up, my guy? Domino's sausage and pineapple. Oh, my guy's adding pineapple with sausage.
Domino's? You like Domino's over Papa John's?
Here's what I'll say. I really miss American sausage pizza. There is not American sausage pizza in Australia, and it sucks. Like, the sausage here is just this weird, like, I don't know how to describe it, but that Italian sausage pizza, oh my God, saying. My mouth is watering right now because I'm just thinking about it. The only thing they have here is pepperoni. It's not even the same, but.
What's up, Griffin? Or Garrett, my bad. No, wait. No, see Griffin. I was like,
let's talk about by the way, I'll just say this: Russell Wilson and Matthew Stafford at 3.8 and 3.9. I think that's really great value. That is such good value in my opinion. Mark Andrews at 3.10, then 2 at the 3.11. I'm okay with that. A lot of people say that's too early, but I'm okay with it. Then we see Mixon and Dobbins off the board. It looks like Garrett might be going late quarterback strategy. It'll be interesting to see what quarterbacks he rocks up with in this Dynasty League. And then Deontay at the 4.2. Juxter says Domino's over Papa John's. Come on. Really? I'll say this. Domino's did get better. I don't know if you guys remember how long ago this was, But there was a time ago when it's probably like 2010 or before when Domino's released these commercials saying we have to do better, we have to do better, and they did get better after that. So props to them. But still, I think
What's
Papa John's is
crazy,
better.
honestly, I probably don't have enough information to even review this because it's been so many years since I've had this. Like I had Papa John's. I mean, they have Domino's here.
Hmm. It's not the same.
It's not the same. But yeah, it's so interesting.
Yeah, I actually kind of want Domino's. I want pizza for lunch. What's for dinner, guys? You guys are already in your dinner time. You probably already had dinner at this point. Um, just joining, looking at the chat here. Juxer says I don't have Papa John's near me, so it's skewed. Griffin says he joined another league. That's great, man. Join as many as you can, as you feel comfortable with. Jack says I bet $15 to win 300 on Kendall Blanton under 14.5 yards on his longest catch. Burrow over 1 yard special bonus. Mixon under 85. All I needed was T. Higgins to catch 2 more passes, and I would have won $300. That's pain, man. That is the reality of betting. The house always wins, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I will never forgive Nick Saban in Alabama. The one time I decided to bet on them this year, that was the biggest bet I lost. And I'll never forgive him.
Yeah, it's just unlucky, isn't it?
It is. Fat GG's in the chat. All right, so we see Devontae Adams at the 4-3. Chris Godwin at the 4-4. Dalvin at the 4-5. And now you're on the board.
I'm gonna go another wide receiver because the guy I originally wanted to take was Tua Tagovailoa.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go another wide receiver, and I'm still going youth. I'm going Michael Pittman here.
Kitty City. I like it.
Yeah. Once again, you're still in this weird area. You know, I think I still want. Probably the only other person I would want over them is probably Chris Godwin, because I believe he's gonna go to another team. He's gonna be utilized.
Right.
He's still very young, but you know, like. I don't know.
We see Diggs off the board.
I'm also hoping that Michael Pittman gets a better quarterback.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Yeah.
This looks like Carson Wentz could be gone. So, you know, what if Russ goes to – this sounds crazy. What if Russ goes to the Colts? You know, what if Deshaun Watson goes to the Colts? Like, these are – well, that's in the same division.
Yeah, they won't do that.
So it's a little bit difficult. But, yeah, like, I think that could be interesting.
Could be. Jack is going – it looks like he's going to win now with the wide receivers that he's selected here. But those are great wide receivers to have a win now team, a win now roster with. Apparently, Stephen Day agrees. Domino's did get better. Straight facts. Gator says, thoughts on me taking Deontay over Adams or Diggs? I think it really comes down to I'm on the board. So let me make this pick. Wow, this is so unlike me to not have a wide receiver at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely tough.
I don't like this team. I really don't like this team. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
It's unlike me to not have a running back. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
I don't have a running back right now.
Okay, I think I'm gonna switch up my strategy here and convert to a win now team. So at this point, I'm gonna do this for fun. I'm gonna be a win now team, and my next running back. Let's just see who my next running back would be. Would technically be Alvin Kamara, assuming he's gonna play. So. Wow. I'm going to go win now strategy, and that's gonna make some changes based off of my rankings and the players that I choose. Probably be more solidified guys from here on out. I hate this strategy, but YOLO, let's do it.
Yeah.
He has thoughts on him taking Deontay over Adams or Diggs.
Yeah, look, I actually don't mind it. You hope that he gets a better quarterback. You hope a Russ or Deshaun goes there and Deontay Johnson. If you go watch our other video, you can kind of see our thought process of why we are either buying or selling, and maybe you can understand a little bit more of why maybe you should either take Deontay Johnson or you should take these other guys. But I don't think Deontay Johnson's value is going to change with whoever quarterback. He's going to be a safety net for I think whoever goes there, in my opinion.
Yeah, so, I'm not very. I think we've already seen Deontay Johnson's best ever season, personally. You guys can watch that video on our page. I explain as to why. We have a buy or sell on Deontay on our page already, so check that out. But, I don't think it's unreasonable to take him there. I just think we've seen his best season at this point.
Yeah.
Gator says he's having salmon, asparagus, and a caprese salad. My guy's going really healthy tonight.
That's nice, man. Salmon. Good old salmon. Go on,
Salmon.
John. Badaki with Watson and Pittman, 2 players I just got in Dynasty trades. Yeah, man. Yo, Sean, are you in let me double check. Sean, let me double check if you're in this league.
Yeah. Which league are you talking about?
The one that has Kyler Murray.
Okay. This is getting really tough, man. This is getting really tough to start building this squad.
No, he's not in that league, unfortunately.
I hate this strategy. I hate win now strategy. This feels terrible.
Damn, that sucks. Kyler Murray on the block, Dave. Come on, Dave.
All right, I'm gonna
Just
go
press
Terry
accept,
here.
brother.
This team is awful.
Yeah, you're
I
Dynasty Alpha. Yeah,
I hate doing this.
I have Kyler Murray in Dynasty Bravo, and I've been trying to trade him away for a while now, and I didn't want to trade him last year.
Bro, I feel like I gave you a pretty good offer for him.
I forgot. I don't remember what it was, but once again, I want picks, and I don't think yours had a pick. You had a player.
Which
right
league
now,
is this?
Dave,
Is this Alpha?
Yeah, and I think right now Dave is the only person that has 2 2023 picks that I would want.
Yeah, no, I sent you. How long ago was this? This was Alpha? I don't see it. Anyway, it was Matthew Stafford, a first, and I think a second. That's what I sent you. Badaki. Okay, it's got to be Terry. Got Ridley higher than Terry. Yeah, a lot of people do have Ridley higher than Terry. For me, I don't. I would still prefer Terry McLaurin over Calvin Ridley. I think Terry as a talent and Calvin as a talent, I think they're on an even playing field. But Terry, I know, is going to play football next year. I know he's not going to walk away from the game. I don't think Calvin will either. But at this point, I feel much more secure in Terry.
Yeah,
he's also a younger player.
I won't be surprised if Calvin just comes up and say, you know what, I'm just gonna take another year, still working on myself, which is great,
Yeah,
like get that mental health right. But
yeah,
it's just like, man, the dynasty perspective is like that sucks.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna take my second quarterback here, and I'm glad he's still on the board. And this is Zach Wilson, connection with Elijah Moore. I think at the 5-7 here, I'm comfortable taking him. Yeah, I'm comfortable taking him at the 5-7, a guy that I still believe in, and I still think that he's going to progress and continue to get better and better throughout the season, or throughout the year.
Everett says, but what about Kamara going? He's going to jail. Yeah, look, if right now I'm assuming that he's not going to miss time, but if there are reports that come out closer to when we do these real drafts, and we find out that he is going to miss time, that would obviously change my pick there. I might go in a different direction. I might go in Elijah Mitchell or a Saquon or someone like that instead. But at this point, I'm just making that pick assuming that he will be healthy and ready to play, not in jail, not behind bars. We'll see. I don't know, man. I haven't actually seen that video, so I don't really know what happened. Like we always say, we just want justice to be served, whatever that looks like.
There is definitely I said my view. Like, I don't think he'll go to jail, personally. I don't think that if he does get suspended, he's probably tops 3 weeks or 3 games. I think maybe instead of him going to jail, he'll probably just pay the guy out and be like, hey, let's come to a settlement instead of him doing that. That really changes his whole career. If he goes to jail for a minimum 2 years, he's done after that. No team is going to want him when he's 28.
Well, I think a team would sign him. He wouldn't have the same role for sure, and he wouldn't be anywhere near as valuable. But yeah, jail. There's reports that he could go to jail. There's other reports saying no, it's only suspension. Like Dave is saying in the chat. We have no idea. We don't know the legal ramifications. We don't know what legally is supposed to happen. We don't know what the laws are around 100%. What's happened with him or the situation in detail. 100%. But as soon as we find out more information, we'll be able to comment on it. Such an interesting situation. All right, so Mac Jones at the 5-12.
He goes Garrett here. We'll see if he goes two quarterbacks back to
I
back.
like Garrett's squad, man. I like Garrett's squad. I actually love it compared to mine at this point. Even though the quarterbacks aren't quarterbacks I love, I still think this is a good
Mac
squad.
Jones decent, man. With
All right,
Malik Willis there, and
Mac
that's the
Jones and
rookie.
Malik.
I wonder if he would have taken Zach Wilson there if he was still available, because I was scared. I almost took Zach Wilson, or no, never mind. No, I didn't. That's a lie.
Just
Jackie,
lying on the stream.
what are you after in Dynasty Alpha picks youth elite? Let me just double check. Dynasty Alpha. Look, my team. I'm pretty sure this is the bad team.
Garrett said he 100% would have went with Zach and Mac.
Yeah, exactly. Look, this is my team that is just so many question marks. Like on paper, you probably think like before the season started, this is a good team.
Yeah.
It's just not happening. Joe Burrow, Saquon, Clyde, Amari Cooper, Deontay, Jerry Judy, you know, Antonio Brown, Darren Waller, Calvin Ridley. It's just all these guys have just dropped tremendously. So I think I'm just trying to make it futuristic now. I'm trying to sell these pieces. I'm trying to get, some firsts, some seconds, whether it's in this draft or next draft, and then just have a clean, fresh start. Damn, I wanted Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, man. I feel like Josh Jacobs is still getting underdrafted. What is he off the board here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. He's an 18th running back off the board. I guess that makes sense. I guess that's, where you should. He's actually my running back 18. But I just feel like he's being undervalued still.
This makes it hard because I wanted Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
And he was going to be my first RB1, which now makes it a little bit difficult. I still have youth. My first instinct is to go Michael Carter, but I already have 2 Jets. Do I want a third? Probably not. I think I'm going to have to do something different here with running backs. Let me just double check this. Technically, I should be taking this person, but, I'm just going to go with my heart here. I'm hoping and believing that he's going to be better offense. Even if he does get traded, he should get a workload, and that's Saquon Barkley.
Okay. I'm all right with that. MP says, I was hoping I might get Akers and Dobbins. That's the dream right there. Yeah, I'm not a big Akers guy, but I am all aboard Dobbins. But Badaki is a big Akers guy. I
like
don't
Akers.
know. I'm not on Akers. So I like the Hollywood pick at the 6-2. I actually really like that pick. And every pick after that, I'm okay with. I'm okay with all these picks that have gone off the board. And at that point, Saquon is the RB19 off the board. That's pretty good value there. I have him ranked way higher than, well, not way higher, but I have him ranked higher than that.
Yeah, it's just so hard if you want to go futuristic, and it's like, maybe I get one of these rookies like Spilla, Kenneth Walker, but I think we would have a better understanding once they're drafted and we know their role, because if Spiller goes to the Falcons, maybe I should take him over Saquon, because you already know he's going to get the workload. But that's also another question, if does Cordell Patterson get re-signed, and what's that really look like, So there's still so many questions.
So I'm going to take Amon-Ra as my second wide receiver. Just try not to screw myself entirely for the future, but still take players that are relatively close within my rankings here. I hate this draft for me. I genuinely hate this draft for me. There's not much I like about it, but it is what it is. There goes Jerry Judy off the board.
MP said, I was thinking everyone's sleeping on Saquon. Yeah, I like me. I like Stacey. I'm a Giants fan.
Saquon's getting pretty old though, isn't he?
He's 25 years old.
He's 25, and he'll be okay. Right, so he's 25. He just turned 25. Yeah, I mean that's no spring chicken anymore though.
Look, 100%. I think he has a good 3-4 years maybe, and he just needs to get better. Like, not him. The team needs to get better. He was First year was terrible. Offensive line gets worse. He's a good talent, I just really like him. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm biased, and he's like my first player. I feel like I've actually fell in love with as a person and as a player. So
Yeah.
what can I say?
We have a question in the chat from Calder. He says, because I've never done Dynasty before, I don't really know where Kittle is going. What's ballpark on his value? His ADP is definitely going to... Kittle's this weird player where if you're building a futuristic team, which most people want to do in Dynasty, he's not outside of that mold, but he's not really tugged into that role either, because I believe he's 28. So for me, I have him ranked as my tight end 3 in Dynasty. I think this is probably around where he'll go, to be honest. Around the 5th round seems like proper value for a guy like Kittle. What about you? Do you think that's too early, too late?
I think it's proper value. I think it all depends on what you want your team to look like. I feel right at the moment your team's a little bit mixed. You go young with Justin Jefferson and Javonte Williams, and then Russ was the older guy with Dalvin is still it's like there's no like true focus, which is fine because it's a mock draft.
Yeah.
But I think knowing what direction you want to go really helps you. If I'm going to go young, boom, you see me, Jamar Chase, Watson, Moore, Pittman, Zach. And then I can make my true changes because of depending on how the board falls.
Right.
So it just really depends on your direction of your team. But for me, I always like to take tight ends really late. And in Dynasty,
Yeah.
I think I can get a decent tight end around 9, 10. We'll see what tight end you can get here at the 9, 10 and see how that goes. And then you can kind of see how they fall.
Yeah. Jack says, Gator says, I taking a mixture of players I like and those I don't normally choose. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to kind of switch it up every once in a while. Jack says, not only does Zeke suck now. Wow, just going straight for Zeke. Just he sucks. He has the largest cap hit of all running backs this offseason. Yeah, that contract was terrible. It was always going to be terrible. I mean, Zeke was holding out. I don't know if you guys remember. He was holding out, and they wanted him back. Gave him exactly what he wanted. Props to Zeke. He's obviously not worth that. No aging running back's going to be worth what he's getting right now.
No, he's not,
All right, so we see Chubb, Spiller, Kenneth Walker, A.J. Dillon off the board here in the 7th round. Again, I hate my team, but I'm trying a win now strat. Not in love with it, but it's good to try different strategies.
I'm going to take a chance here.
Take a chance on me.
I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to another wide receiver. I'm going to go Ayuk it.
Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk.
I'm taking a chance because I have a couple running backs on queue, and according to the board, no one should be taking running backs.
I'm gonna quickly change the clock to 30 seconds, guys. At this point, we'll go to 30 seconds. That way, we're not here for 10 hours.
10 hours at a time? Hell yeah. I'm hungry. What's for lunch?
Bro, I am actually I feel my stomach. I am hungry too. Let's see if we got any deals on the old app.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Love that chicken from Popeyes. Ryan Tannehill at the 7-8. I think that's pretty decent value. At the 7.8. Yeah. I mean, you're taking a guy that you know is a starter. He's committed to the team. The team's committed to him over some of these quarterbacks like the rookies where we don't really know exactly where they're going to land. I'm okay with that. Darnell Money Mooney.
Oh, what a day, huh? I kind of regret taking Ayuk there. There's somebody else I should have taken. And I see him now, and it's like, man, I know he's not going to be there when I come back. But hey, I could be wrong. I'm going to take a chance, though. Might take a chance.
Garrett's talking about some running back here.
I know this running back is going to make it back to me. So he's gonna take him now. That's what he's probably saying. We're gonna see who he's gonna take. Cause I love that chicken from Popeyes. Here we go. This is where people start to shit themselves.
Wait, yeah, Ryan, why? Someone always takes 2 tight ends in our mocks for some reason. Jamison Williams, fantastic value where you got him at the 7-12. I do think some of us have rookie fever. We might be taking some of the rookies a little too early. I mean, you can justify taking them wherever. But Jamison Williams at the 7-12, I feel like that is very, very good value.
Garrett Wilson to the Jets first round. Rip Elijah Moore. I think it's okay. Put Garrett Wilson on the outside. He can do everything. Get rid of Corey Davis. Just trade him away.
Yeah.
Take the hit. Put Garrett Wilson on the outside. Because he can run those routes. He has some contested catch abilities. Maybe this offense looks a little bit different. I don't know.
Yeah. Garrett Wilson to the Jets. Yeah, I've seen some people mocking like Olave and Garrett Wilson to the Jets. I don't really love it, to be honest. I just don't think it brings a new dimension to their team. It brings a good player to their team, but really honestly, the Jets at the 11th pick, it should be Burks or Drake London, or they should wait to the 2nd round to get Pickens or something.
Yeah, it's along those lines. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of talks that Drake London should be going to the Jets because he's a big body guy that they need.
Yeah.
You know? And they don't have that on their team. There's just so many things, so many ways it can go now.
Yeah. So, but like you said, he's got a few running backs in the queue. Oh, okay, right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I bet you one of them was Miles.
100%.
Miles is so young still. I mean, 24 years old? Yeah, 24 years old. I like him as a talent. Team is run heavy right now. He's not going to be relevant in 5 years from now, but still a pretty good talent.
Colder just
there goes Clyde. I am not a big Clyde guy, but I understand.
Those were the 2 guys. Those are the 2
guys that you're after? Okay.
I mean, do I go running back here and then shit?
MP. Yeah, I'm not as high on Garrett Wilson as other people. He's my wide receiver 4 in the draft, but I think he's Badaki's wide receiver 1. So I'm pretty sure Badaki really, really likes Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson is my wide receiver 1 in the class. He's just the guy, man. He's just the guy. I went Kadarius Toney here.
He's a good wide receiver. But anyway, sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
I just took Kadarius Toney here. I don't think he was going to come back to me. I'm going to take a chance on. Still taking a chance. If my other guys didn't come back, maybe I'll take a chance on some more. I'm doing the Zach strategy.
What's that?
Get running backs later in the draft.
Yep. I hate that, and I just hate the team that I have right now. I don't like this team at all. People can see my queue. I don't even care at this point. I mean, I'm all in on the win now strategy, and I'm not happy with this team. There's no secret.
I'm just queuing some running backs. Hey, why not Melvin, huh?
Okay, at this point, I'm just going to take Amari. Again, fits the win now strategy. Don't like this team at all. This is why I never want to do win now strategies in Dynasty. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, this is why we try it. Maybe looking back now, I feel like the 3-3 with CMC is what kind of made me go win now. Maybe instead of doing that, I do reach on, a Mark Andrews, or I do reach on, I don't know,
do you reach high? Like, do you reach
differently
or more there? Do you reach
can't
for
reach
Pittman
on Elijah Moore there, but
do you reach for another? Right, do you go for another running back, a younger running back, like a Mixon, a JK?
Maybe
guys?
I go a younger running back there. Yeah, maybe I go a JK Dobbins. It's difficult, man. Maybe if I'm ever at the 3, I want to trade away the 3-3. The 3-3 feels awful.
Yeah. What can you do? What can you do?
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Yeah. So funny.
Bro, that
What
chicken
was
from
I gonna say?
Popeyes is fire, my guy.
Is it?
Bro, it's been a
Yeah,
while
it's
since
alright.
you had Popeyes, hey.
Bro, it's been a minute.
There ain't nothing
Nah,
like that. Oh, wait,
I
I'm on the
definitely had
clock.
Popeyes before, but I love. I can't wait to just go to America. Maybe we should have a meetup. Everyone come to New York.
What, a meet and greet?
Yeah, that'd be funny. I actually wouldn't know what to do. I like. I probably feel like this would be unreal. Like, why would people want to meet us? Not saying that you guys want to, but just in general, if that were to ever happen, like, let's just say hypothetically, we have like 1 million followers and we want to have a meet and greet. Like the community's like, have a meet and greet. I'd be like, I don't know what to do. Like,
Oh my gosh. Dude, meet and greet at Cat's Deli. What's Cat's Deli?
I don't even know. Is that somewhere in New York? I actually don't know.
Right now, if we did a meet and greet, we would be the only ones there.
Like $20 for that pastrami. What'd you say, Zach? If you do a meet and greet, what?
I said if we did a meet and greet right now in Sydney, Australia, we would be the only ones there. It would just be you and I hanging out at a park.
Yeah, probably. Us and the boys that come support.
David Bell and then Leonard Fournette off the board. Playoff
Shiza.
Laney. Man. Well, you know what's interesting is the Bucks quarterback situation, man. It could literally be anyone in Tampa Bay next year. And I don't think it's going to be Kyle Trask. From what it sounds
Look,
like.
I'm gonna go Aaron Jones here because I'm believing in Aaron Rodgers to come back in that pick. If Aaron Rodgers come back, Aaron Jones.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. You want Aaron Jones, bro? I'll sell Aaron Jones to you in a league. Actually, I already sold him. Never mind.
No, I don't want Aaron Jones. Don't snipe me. Sorry, Gator. I don't know if I was sniping you or not. There's still one more on my queue, but I need another running back.
I mean, at this
At
point,
the Dragon.
I don't care about this team at all. I hate this team. So at this point, you guys can see my queue. Like no shame here at all. It's okay. You can see the players I'm interested in.
They said me it would be cool, but not in New York. Why not New York?
He probably doesn't live there.
Just so that. Dang, you really queuing, man. People up. Yeah, see, I thought about Kareem Hunt,
Yeah.
but I think the longevity with Aaron Jones is still a little bit better in my opinion than Kareem, but I could be wrong. Even
Well,
if Aaron
Kareem's
Jones
younger.
does, I think they're the same. He's younger by what one. Kareem's what 25. Kareem's 26. Aaron Jones 27.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
Yeah. All right, so we see Kareem off the board after Danny Dimes, and then Dawson Knox. Ah, damn it. I wanted Dawson Knox. Jerome Ford. I love some Jerome Ford.
Don't sleep on them, boys. Careful.
Juxter says, so I get the, is it Zeke? Are you trying to say Zeke, Juxter? I get the Zeke slander, but I don't get him after guys like Connor. Thoughts? Let's see. Yeah. So I think he's basically asking, how does James Conner go ahead of Zeke? It's understandable. It's a good question to ask.
Sure.
Probably Zeke is the better pick than James Conner. I definitely have Zeke ranked higher than James Conner in my rankings. But to each their own. You can understand. But yeah, I definitely would have taken Zeke over James Conner. I just don't think I would have taken a running back at this point. But all right, so we see
13?
Pickett, Evans, Juju off the board. We'll at least go 13, maybe 15. Well, how many rounds do you guys want us to do? 13, 14, 15. Let us know. Evans off the board, Juju off the board, Pollard off the board. All guys that I put on my queue. Shout out to me. Dave says I'm a Boston fan. That whole state can kick rocks. I
Shit,
love
I
it.
actually don't know who to pick here. I mean, I'm gonna panic pick and just take James Cook here.
Juxer, I mean, has he fallen that far off? He's probably being underdrafted right now, but you can understand people's concerns. Pollard looks like the better back. He did look like the better back all year, and that contract is terrible. But you can definitely see the concern that people have for Zeke. Like, I don't think it's crazy that he's gone there at the 9-2. All right, we'll do 15 rounds, Dave says. 15 rounds.
He doesn't like New York, so unlucky. Honestly, I can't even say anything. I haven't been home, and
It's been a while
I
since
just want to
I've
go
been there.
home. I just want to go home, boys. I'll be honest.
Who
The
just
plan was this was the plan.
Carson
Right?
Wentz.
I'll
I'm
tell
going
you
to
my
take
life story.
a tight end here. I'm going to take Dallas Goedert. Do I love Dallas
Yeah.
Goedert? No, but I'd rather
like it.
take a tight end late here than earlier.
Life plan was to go to New York. Literally, we booked a flight to New York 2 weeks after COVID hit. That was not 2 weeks. Sorry, we booked a flight before COVID, and it was 2 weeks when the whole COVID hit. It was like the world shut down, and that was the first time like me and my fiance were gonna meet my parents, or my fiance was gonna meet my parents. Now it's been 2 years, and now we are getting married in April, and she's gonna meet my parents for the first time at my wedding, essentially.
But you guys have
GGs.
talked a ton on FaceTime and stuff.
Yeah, we definitely talked to she's talking to my family over FaceTime and stuff. It just sucks that she.
Totally.
I wanted her to go and like experience New York and
For sure.
kind of see where I grew up and stuff.
And even now, it's not going to be the same New York that it was.
nah, but it's okay.
Yeah.
He's
Shout out to
still gonna-
COVID, right?
Hey, if it wasn't for COVID, we wouldn't be here right now.
That's actually true. Dynasty Land and Fantasyland wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for COVID. I'd still be working for a TV channel.
Yeah, right. That's funny. Thanks, brother. Yeah, maybe everyone can come to the wedding.
Yeah, just
Gonna
invite
live.
everyone to the wedding. I'm sure your fiance would be fine with that.
If you guys want to come to Australia, come through. We're actually, what's crazy? I'm not gonna tell you the venue because it'll be weird if somebody actually shows up. But we're actually getting married overlooking the Opera House and like the heart. So the Opera House is like on the water. It's called the harbor. So it's on the harbor, and you can see the Opera House and the Sydney like bridge. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Australia.
I'm just gonna keep saying I hate my pick.
I hate my pick.
I just hate my team is what I'm trying to say. Don't do win now strategy. You never feel good at the end of the day.
We're tied in here now. Trey McBride.
MP says Milson's Point. MP, how do you know? He must
It's not.
know.
It's technically not Milson's Point,
But
it's
Milson's
okay.
Point, if he knows Milson Point,
Milson's
I think
Point's
he's
close,
probably
but I
from
think
the area.
Isn't MP's from Australia?
He might, yeah.
But
I remember right. He might be from Sydney. I'm not sure. Gator was right on my pick. Everett, the wedding is going to be here in Australia.
I actually like COVID more than New York.
I actually like COVID more than New York. That's awful.
That's funny. Yo, MP, where you from?
He said
you're from
Sydney.
You're from Sydney. Where in Sydney do you live? If you don't mind me asking.
Like, give us your actual address.
Lycott, yeah.
Don't give us your address. That's weird.
He's from Lycott. That's actually not that far. I live in Rosebery.
Are you Australian MP or are you like American living in Australia? And how did you fall in love with the NFL then? Because Australia, NFL is growing worldwide, but Australia is still a little bit behind. Australia is like massive into the NBA though. All right, so we see Penny at the 11-8. By the way, I feel like that's pretty good value. Like Rashad Penny at the 11-8.
John Ross. No.
Justin Rossman, Brandon Cooks, Madison. But I'm actually really okay with that Penny pick.
No,
Jacoby on the board. Jacoby. Gator said he did a panic pick. That's okay. I don't think Madison's a terrible pick there. But Aki, it looks like you're going to get off the hook here with buying an Eli Apple jersey. We are only.
You love to see it.
We're about 50 likes away from the goal.
You love to see
Maybe
it.
we set the goal too high.
maybe something. Maybe one of the next things has to be like a physical action, a
Right.
physical activity or something.
Physical activity, like what? Go ride a roller coaster or something.
I don't know. Go ride a roller coaster.
Um,
Born in Australia, girlfriend lived in LA for 2 years in Culver City. Love NFL,
wow,
NBA, and chill in that order.
that's awesome, bro. Like, uh, I'm American. I, lived here for about 6 years and got married to my wife. She's Australian, and bro, I just realized it's Valentine's Day. Of course, no one's
It's
on here.
Valentine's Day over there.
Anyway, that's so funny. When we got married in 2019, we moved to LA, and we were in West Hollywood. So Culver City was only about 20 minutes away from us, 15, 20 minutes away from us, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, Culver City is a nice area. I miss LA, man. I really, really miss LA. I loved living there before COVID. There's just always something happening. You can go to a Clippers game for like $5 and then sneak down to the bottom row and watch courtside. Music. I mean, bro, LA is the best. LA is so fun. Um, but that's awesome, MP. I would love to live in LA again at some point.
Only went to LA once.
I just realized it's Valentine's Day. I had no idea. Well, hey guys, happy Valentine's Day. Hopefully you got a missus that you can treat nice to. If you don't, then GG's, you got the boys. Here we are. Actually, maybe most of the people here just have the boys, and now this is what the community is all about.
Sometimes you just need the boys.
Sometimes you
Huh?
just need the boys. That's right. It's the
Sometimes
boys.
the boys are enough until
The boys
you're
helping out the
home
boys.
alone and you're
Wait,
laying in
what?
bed.
What? Wait, what?
Pause.
Pause.
Um, that's terrible.
I love Rashad White. I'll take him here at the 12th pin. Yeah, that was
Juxta
weird, bro.
says, "Whoa, Noah Gray, you wildin', Jack." Funny enough, we have a
We have a
something
video
on
coming
Noah
out
Gray.
about him. Yeah, I think that is pretty early though. You probably could have spent your last pick on Noah Gray.
Nah, for sure.
Did anyone do anything for Valentine's? I took wifey out to a movie.
It took wifey.
Nile.
Wow,
It's called
that's not
Death on
nice.
the Nile, which I really like those murder mystery movies. The one before it, it's like part of a series, if you will, was called Murder on the Orient Express. Pretty good. We're definitely worth watching, guys.
Did you
MP says, Calder says, oh, you're from LA? What part? Oh, West Hollywood. I used to live West Hollywood. I would love to live in that area again. MP says, everyone thinks Sydney traffic is bad. Go to LA. Honestly, it was so funny when me and my wife came back from LA and everyone was like, oh, the traffic's so bad in Sydney today. I'm like, you have no idea. You have no idea what bad traffic is like. Literally, I would spend hours just in standstill traffic on the highway. It was terrible.
you like in movies type vibes? Like,
Yeah,
I've never
it's
seen
awful.
that before.
It is awful.
I only see like that stuff because I only been to LA once, so I only see that in movies. But
Apparently Calder's moving to LA. That's awesome, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing in LA? What's the reason for the move? Dave says this convo took a turn. Everett says he went to a Chicago Bulls game. Hell yeah, for Valentine's Day. That's a fun Valentine's Day, man. I mean, it sounds like the person that you're with is pretty chill as well if they're down to go to games and stuff together.
nah, she probably took him to go.
Yeah, she was like, let's go to the Bulls game, you know?
I'm gonna go to Bulls games Valentine's Day.
I'm trying to see
am I in
DeMar
the-
DeRozan. How crazy is it how good DeMar's playing? Anyway, we're talking about the NFL. So we saw Rashad White, Robinson, Gallup, Sky Moore. I love me some Sky Moore.
They're pretty good.
DPJ,
still available. That's
DJ
great.
Chark, Melvin, Miles, Carson, and Fant go off the board. Calder says, I'm a musician, so most of my connections are down there. Friends too. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's really the biggest reason we moved to LA was for my wife.
Should we say?
Great place to
No.
be if you want connections in music.
Yeah, great place to be, man.
Great place to, really the only place to be if you want to build a music career, to be honest.
What do
You
you
can do it
Are
elsewhere,
you
but-
what type of musician? Like, are you a singer?
I'm gonna guess Calder is a beatbox. Is a
Do you-
professional beatboxer.
Do you play an instrument or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Bobby
Like
Tree is
minute-
off the board at the 13-11.
Minute has his own band.
did you see the
In
Did you see
Disneyland.
the report that came out where apparently when Cooper Cup made that catch over Eli Apple, Cooper Cup came back to the sideline and Robert Woods said him, "That's applesauce."
That's funny. No, I didn't see that. That's
Yeah.
applesauce.
It's so funny. Disneyland, yeah, everyone goes for Disneyland. We were like 10 minutes away from geez, it's escaping my mind now, but there's another theme park. Universal.
Universal Studios.
Yeah, Universal Studios, that theme park. We were like 10 minutes from there. We'd always go to the movies there. Bro, I miss that area. So fun living there. So fun living there. He says he's a composer and multi-instrumentalist. That's
Holy
awesome.
shit. That's crazy, bro.
Oh, I like it. Picasso.
Actually. Ooh. That's crazy. That's awesome.
That
That
is
means
awesome.
that's like Hans Zimmer vibes. Best Hans Zimmer composition. Go.
Hans Zimmer. Who's that?
That for me, I already know what it is, but I'll wait.
Bro, I don't know anything about Hans. I don't know anything about Hans Zimmer. Oh, he does like those movie scores and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Calder, I agree. That movie theater is hella nice. It's just fun to like park in the, in the park and like it's just a good spot, good vibe. Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, that's the best. Yeah, they put up a lot of fun activities there. So much room for activities. All right, now we see everyone's kind of just taking a shot on players at this point. Ritter at the 13-9, I think that's great value. Got Jimmy G off the board. Brian Robinson, a guy that we like. Then it's just all upside players or players who have proven production at this point going off the board. 15th round is the last round. 15th round is the last one. And maybe once Manth makes his picks, you can start our draft grades off.
Yeah, easy.
Once he makes his pick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on the board. I'm going to take a quarterback. I'm going to go Jameis there.
Yeah, man, Jameis. So sad. I was really, man. I lost that week when I think I was playing you when Jameis tore his ACL.
No, but I do
Was I
remember you
playing?
losing. I do remember that.
And if Jameis would have just continued to play what he was doing, and not tear his ACL and get hurt, I think I would have won that game. Won that match at least.
We both in a PPR. It was just a PPR. It wasn't Dynasty or anything. We both went late quarterbacks, and it didn't work out for either of us. No clue who that is, but his name is Pro, for God's sake. Wait, who? Oh, I love it. Pro Wells.
Pro Wells.
Waived by Cincinnati 6 months ago. All right, why don't you get started us off with draft grades? By the way, context for these draft grades, just our opinion. Dynasty is not black and white. There is good reasoning to take different players in many different areas. So we are just going to give our opinions on these picks. And I'm going to make my last pick here just quickly. And I'm going to take Nico Collins. I like Nico.
Oh, I have him on my freaking...
Anyway, go ahead and grade team one for us.
Doesn't necessarily matter. All right. Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Sam Howell with Tyreek, Garrett Wilson, Hunter Renfrow, Michael Thomas, Michael Gallup, Sky Moore, Cam Makers, Monty, Ramondre, and AP, GG to AP, TJ Hawkinson, and Jalen Watermater. Let me just pick a Randy right now, just so I can continue. I like your quarterbacks. I understand the Trevor Lawrence pick, which is good, even though I'm still iffy on him. I like your running backs. I love Cam Akers and Monty. I think Cam Akers at the 4-12 is great in my opinion, and Ramondre Stevenson there at the 9-1 as a backup, which is great. Your wide receiver room is kind of up and down. I think I'm not in love with Michael Thomas, Michael Gallup, those guys, but I think everyone else is a good fit. I think maybe, yeah, I think that's fine. and your tight ends are good. This is a decent team. I'm not in love with it. It's not nothing screaming out to me right now. It's just a good team. It's just a decent team with good pieces. Maybe you can trade away something. Apparently, Michael Thomas is coming back. Michael Gallup could be a good wide receiver too somewhere else. I'm just gonna give it a B flat. I'm not once again not in love with it. It's just a overall okay team.
Okay. I'm going to end the draft here. And I'll give Juxter a grade. All right, Juxter. We got Justin Herbert, Matt Corral, and Trask as our quarterbacks. Our wide receivers are T. Higgins, DJ Moore, Jerry Jeudy, Jahan Dotson, Wandale Robinson, Allen Robinson, and Donovan Peoples-Jones. Our running backs are Brees Hall, Zeke, James Robinson, Chuba Hubbard, and our tight end is Kyle Pitts. So you can see, all right, firstly, I like your quarterback room, but there's a lot of uncertainty here. Corral and Trask. You could have gotten a different quarterback earlier. If you're gonna get a rookie quarterback, you need a third one that is already a starter. Do you know what I mean? So you could have gotten a guy like a Jared Goff super late, a Baker Mayfield, a Jimmy Garoppolo super late, Matt Ryan super late. I mean, all these quarterbacks that are starting guys that you can have. So that's something that I would have done a little bit differently. And personally, I don't think Sam Howell should be going this high. I like him, but I'm not as high as Badaki on Sam Howell in particular. Wide receiver room, I like your wide receiver room. I love the T. Higgins pick. I like where you got DJ Moore. I like where you got Jerry Jeudy. I'm a believer in Jahan and Wandale. And then that late for Allen Robinson is great value. So I like the wide receiver room. You have the no tight end you would rather have in Dynasty than Kyle Pitts. And the running back room is quite weak, right? I mean, you only have Brees Hall, Zeke, James Robinson, and Chuba. So, it's not the strongest running back room. I think you can improve that throughout trades and throughout future rookie drafts. For me, this is a B flat team, just a B flat. I like it. I like a lot of the picks. I mean, your first three picks, I love. I really, really love. I'm even okay with Brees, but yeah.
Brother Dave, make sure you accept that trade of Kyler and those picks. Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, Carson Wentz, CeeDee Lamb, Treylon Burks, Chris Olave, Chase Claypool, Adam Thielen, and I don't even know who this is. Who's Walker? Trey Walker?
Trey Walker, yeah. He's a prospect in this year's draft.
Look, your wide receiver room, I like it. I don't mind it. You went young. I still like CeeDee Lamb, Treylon, Chris Olave, and Chase Claypool. I think that's really strong with Adam Thielen down there.
Sorry, Trey Walker's not in this draft. My bad.
Okay, that can bring that veteran presence. Then you can have Elijah Mitchell, Kenneth Walker, Isaiah Spiller, Melvin Gordon. It's decent. I think these are all rookie guys, so the expectation of these guys are going to get some workloads, and it's kind of hard to evaluate that when we don't know the place. But I like Kyron Williams, and I like Isaiah Spiller more than others. Cole Kmet. Just Cole Kmet. I don't even know who the other guy is. Sorry, I'm just reading. He was talking about Matt Corral, by the way. Anyways, this team is all right. It's so hard to grade this one purely because the wide receivers are all young and the running backs are all young. Elijah Mitchell is a good running back. I think that's a good solidified number one. CeeDee Lamb, good solidified wide receiver one. And then you have these other guys. I have to base on the people that I know that played. I think it's decent, but is it enough? It's just so hard to kind of bring that valuation because you do have a rookie team. So I'm assuming this is more futuristic. You went with a young futuristic team, obviously besides Aaron Rodgers and Carson Wentz, in my opinion.
I actually really like the team, but I agree because of the team construction. I think maybe a Russell Wilson, a Stafford would have been a better pick than Rodgers. But I really, really like the team. I like the value he got, where he got his running backs, and the only weak spot is tight ends. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think for me it's a little bit hard to value because of the unknowns.
Yeah.
So I think for that I'll give it just a B flat, just because you do have good solid pieces in like your quarterback, your wide receiver, and your running back, and then it's like okay, high upside. So just B flat.
All right, Sean, we got Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, and Tyler Huntley as our quarterbacks. Maybe I shouldn't be grading this because you guys know how I feel about Hurts. Your wide receivers are DK, Devonta, Gabe Davis, David Bell, Laviska Shenault. Love the David Bell value at the 9.5. Running backs are Antonio Gibson, Michael Carter, Kenneth Walker, Chase Edmonds, Myles Gaskin, tight end is Schultz, and Irv Smith. So I'm okay with the quarterbacks that you have. I'm not in love with Jalen Hurts. There's a lot of quarterbacks. There's probably 4 or 5 quarterbacks on the board I would have taken over him. And I just don't like taking him this early because I don't believe in him long term. We just recorded a video about that, and it will give full details as to why I feel that way. That will be out really soon on our channel. Stay tuned to watch that. Me and Badaki see it differently. Yeah. But I love the running back room. I am okay with the quarterbacks. I like where you got Dalton Schultz. The only issue is the wide receivers. Metcalf, Devonta, Gabe Davis, David Bell. There's probably enough there, but I would like a little bit more depth, a little bit more of the upside unknown type of wide receivers for me. David Bell could be a real guy, but we're not so certain of his landing spot just yet. Again, Devonta Smith, I like the talent, don't love the situation. And I think I would have taken CeeDee Lamb over DK Metcalf personally at this point with the unknowns of Russ. But I like this team. I really do like this team. For me, this is probably a B-plus team. I see you're strong in most areas, but I just have questions about some of the players I'm not big fans of. So it's a good team, though, B-plus.
Okay. Jack, brother. Lamar, Kirk Cousins, Davis Mills, Tom Brady. Then you have Debo, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs with Josh Palmer and Julio Jones. Travis Kelce with Noah Gray. And then A.J. Dillon, James Conner, Leonard Fournette, and Chris Carson. This is clearly a win-now team based off everything that's happening.
Hey. What's up, Domino? Thanks for the sub, Domino.
Hold up, brother. Maybe we should change that because they lost.
Make it Matthew Stafford. Nah.
Make it Matthew Stafford.
Joey B still chilling.
Nah. But yeah, based on your team here, it looks like a futuristic team. Obviously, a lot of older people with Travis, Diggs, Cooper, Kirk Cousins. And then you have these running backs that, kind of like a one-hit wonders or these guys that can kind of brought a lot of value in drafts last year. So based on going off of a win now team, I like it. I think what hurts for me is a tight end position because you need, what if Travis Kelce gets hurt next year or something like that happens. He's got Noah Gray,
to be fair.
He does have Noah Gray, so it's the backup regardless. Like I said, we're recording a video, so
honestly, from a win now perspective, this feels like he smashed it. To be honest,
this is a very good team. Just nitpicking though, Tom Brady. Totally. Obviously, you take the chance on him. Maybe I'll take somebody else.
Yeah.
Julio Jones is good down there, and same thing with Chris Carson. So, once again, it's a B plus. Okay. It's a B plus for me. It's a good team because it's a win now team, and you can see the direction, which is great.
If win now is the goal, I think this enters the A- range for me because I think he did really well. He probably has the best overall team to win now right now without looking at the rest. Maybe I'm misspeaking, but all right, Calder. But yeah, futuristic, it's going to be hard. Calder, your team, we've got Justin Jefferson. By the way, someone asked, will there be a rookie draft after this today? The rookie draft, Nathan, we're going to do that tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. So instead of doing a redraft mock, tomorrow we're going to be doing a rookie-only mock. That way we can set aside time for it. Badaki and I, we both have other jobs that we have to get to after this. So we'll be doing the rookie-only mock tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. Let's see. Sorry, I was in the middle of grading.
By the way, make sure you download those videos because it's saying it's full, even though it doesn't.
Yeah, look full. I'm about to finish downloading 16 and 15, and then I'll delete them for you. Okay. All right, so Calder, we'll give you a grade here. Justin Jefferson, Calvin Ridley, Mike Williams, Rondale Moore, Ron the Don, Cortland Sutton. Your running backs are Javonte Williams, Dalvin Cook, Clyde, Pollard, Penny. Tight end is Kittle and Gesicki. Quarterbacks are Russell Wilson, Ryan Tannehill, and Jared Goff. Okay, like we said, we kind of said this at the beginning, but it's hard to kind of tell the identity of this team. We start off real young elite guys in Jefferson and Javonte, And then we have Dalvin, who's an aging back, still good, but he is an aging back. We get Calvin, who's still good, but an aging wide receiver. Um, so then the picks of like the Jared Goff over like the rookies. It's just trying to like figure out where we're going here as a team. Um, so I like this team. I can see how you're gonna win games. The wide receiver room is pretty weak for me. Calvin Ridley as my wide receiver too. I'm okay with it. As long as he comes back. But then after that, it's a pretty weak wide receiver room. There's upside there, but there's still some weaknesses. Like the quarterbacks, while we have young assets, we have a little like older quarterbacks, so it's hard to really define the direction of this team. So I'm gonna give this a B minus here, but that's just because I like to know the clear direction of where we're going as a team.
Okay. Everett, excuse me. Jonathan Taylor, Travis Etienne, Miles Sanders, Devin Singletary. I like your running back room. This is a young, good team. A young, good running back room, in my opinion. Trey Lance with Matthew Stafford and Desmond Ritter. I like it as well. Chris Godwin, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Juju, Justin Ross, Tyler Boyd, Christian Kirk with Pat the Dragon. Okay. I like this team. Just trying to find nitpicky things, what could we have done differently here? I think where you got all these people, I think their value is decent. You took Chris Godwin over the youth, which I still think is great, because you have Drake London, Mooney with the expectation of him being that wide receiver one once Allen Robinson is gone. Juju, good high upside player that can go anywhere and can produce once that comes in. I like this team a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's a good team. Great like value at each pick.
Yeah, exactly. Pat and the 9-9 with Miles Sanders at the 8-4, I think is fantastic. Drake London, he can go and be a wide receiver one, even though we don't love him.
Yeah.
And we don't love what we can do, but we know what he can do. He can be a contested catch guy. So I think this for me is an A team, like an A minus for me. Like,
okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I love the Trey Lance pick at the 2-4, and the fact that you can start Trey Lance and Jonathan Taylor. It's pretty great. I mean, I have Trey Lance as a top 8 guy. All right, Ryan, we'll give you a grade here. You got Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones, Baker, Matt Ryan. Your running backs are Najee, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Darrell Henderson. Wide receivers are Devontae Adams, Rashad Bateman, Mike Evans, Brandon Cooks, OBJ. Tight ends are Andrews and Waller. So it looks like pretty clearly you're going for a win now strategy here with this team. My only problem is that if you want to be a win now team, you need to have you need to have 2 top 12 quarterbacks. You can't win dynasty leagues without 2 top 12 quarterbacks, and you don't have that on your team right now. So instead of going for another tight end in Waller, you could have grabbed a Derek Carr there, who is right on the edge of the top 12 in redraft formats. Or you could have gotten a Kirk Cousins instead of a Josh Jacobs, and then had Derrick Henry and maybe got Kareem Hunt later, Damian Harris later, Miles Sanders later. So that is one thing I see personally. You just can't win SuperFlex leagues if you don't have 2 top 12 quarterbacks. It's very, very hard. It's such an advantage to have those quarterbacks for other teams. But I'm okay with where Andrews went. I don't think Darren Waller would have been necessary then. But for a win now team, you have decent wide receivers in Adams, Evans. Bateman's a young guy who could kind of turn into that good wide receiver. OBJ, you got at a discount because of the injury. So I'm okay with the team. This is a B flat team for me. But there are a couple things I would have done a little bit differently if I was going win now.
Okay. Tebow fan.
Oh, I just realized I should untick our faces so people can actually see. My bad.
Okay. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
All right, Tebow fan. Austin Eckler, Swifty, Damian Harris, Kareem Hunt, and Alexander Madison. Look, your running back room is actually really strong. I personally like it. I think there's good depth as well. I think the biggest question is Austin Eckler at the 111. Yeah. You could have had Javonte, you could have had Najee, you could have had any of those guys. And
AJ.
Yeah, you could have AJ or obviously not
Trey
Waddle
Lance.
too early. There's a lot of things you could have done differently. But the running back room, if I'm just looking at the running back room, I'm liking what I'm seeing. So let's continue. Tua, Derek Carr, Kenny Pickett. I think that's decent. Tua. I'm starting to like Tua a little bit more with the expectation. Derek Carr looks like he's going to be staying, and then let's go wide receivers. Deontay, Keenan, Hollywood Brown with Roberto and Van Jefferson. It's strong as well. Like I think it's a good top 3 guys, and obviously this team looks more of a win now team, even though you do have a couple young pieces here and there. I think it's very split. In my personal opinion, with Hunter Henry and then Brevin Jordan's. It looks like you went old young, and then you went old young, old young. Like that's how I'm seeing it. Austin Eckler older, Swift younger. Then you go to the quarterback, older with
Totally. I
younger
mean,
younger with Tua,
we could have
younger with
started
Derek Carr.
Najee and DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, and that would have been really strong. I think Eckler's still strong. It's just the value of where
Just
you
too
got
early.
Eckler. It's just wrong. It's just too wrong. It's too early.
Yeah.
But even if you would got Najee, and let's say Garrett took Swift at the 2-1, you could have gotten Eckler at the 2-2 still.
Yeah.
So obviously we're thinking about all about youth and dynasty longevity of these players. Can these players want to get as much, wear and tear on these guys as much in dynasty? But honestly, overall, I actually like your team. I think your team is good. It's just nitpicking on where you got them, where you got these players.
It's very
I'm gonna
much like win now, but you could have made decisions to be all in on the win now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's very split. It's very split everywhere. Deontay's a younger guy with Keenan older, and then you got Hollywood that's younger, and then you got Robert Woods that's older.
Yeah.
And then you got, you went back and forth. I guess there's no true identity. It looks very split, but I personally really like this team. I think it's a B flat, B plus team, in my opinion.
Okay. Hey, by the way, I just downloaded 316, 315, and 321, and I deleted them off the drive.
316, 315, 316.
Yeah.
That's it?
315, 316, and 321. I only have those 3.
Okay.
And I just deleted them from the drive, so there should be more space. All right, let's give our last grade out to Garrett. All right, Garrett. I was a little bit skeptical on how you were building your team with no quarterbacks, but I'm actually pretty happy looking at this team. So, wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Jamison Williams, George Pickens, Jacoby Myers, Russell Gage, KJ Osborne. I mean, you are singing my language, brother. The fact that you have my wide receiver 3 and 4 on your team in A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle. Then you have my favorite wide receiver in this year's draft and one of my favorites as well in George Pickens, who could have been the best wide receiver in this draft if it wasn't for the injury. Then you got still really good running backs. You didn't go, they're not too old as well to build around. Mixon, Dobbins, a little light on the running back end, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay building teams like that. I love Jerome Ford. I like the Brian Robinson value. Dawson Knox at the 9-12, fantastic value. Young weapon that is growing with Josh Allen. He's only 25 years old. The sky is the limit for him in that offense. And then I was super worried about your quarterbacks. You got Mac Jones, Malik Willis. My quarterback 1 in this draft is Malik Willis. I do think it's too early, though, to take one of those rookie quarterbacks. So maybe, but the thing is, honestly, at these edges, you have to take players early. So I get it. I mean, you had 24 picks. He probably would have been gone at that point. So I like this team. The only thing I might have done differently is, grabbed like a Jordan Love, a Jared Goff. I like Jimmy G, so I kind of get where you're coming from. I like this team. Honestly, I like this team. This is one of my favorite teams. This is an A- for me. This is an A- for me. So this is my favorite team of the night personally. Garrett's team.
Okay.
Who was your favorite team?
There was a couple. I really liked Everett, and then
Everett's team, I think.
Wasn't Jack a good win now?
Jack was a good win now as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it's just multi.
For me, if I had to choose one, I would choose Garrett as my favorite team of the night. There's still a lot of question marks, obviously, with the rookies, but I really like the way he constructed this team, and I like the quarterbacks that he hit on late. So Garrett would be my mock drafter of the night. Who would be yours if you had to choose one?
I'll probably choose Everett because I like his running backs a little bit more, and his wide receivers are. Yeah, his wide receivers and tight end. I don't know. It's just the youth.
Yeah.
I guess I'm rolling with the youth there.
All
It's
right.
a little
Well,
bit more identity.
shout out to Garrett and Everett for winning mock drafters of the night. a little bit late on the horns, but
Yeah.
guys, thanks so much for joining us. This was really fun.
Yeah.
We will not be doing a rookie only dynasty draft tonight. That will be tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
So tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be doing a rookie only dynasty draft, the 4-round supplemental draft. If you want to join us, so just shout out to everyone in the chat. Thanks guys for joining us. Connor said, I've been a fan recently. Could you guys do a 16-man super flex? Feel like it would be interesting. We might be able to do that. We might be able to swing that one at one point here. Todd was saying that you took Pittman too high. Can definitely respect like your opinion there, Todd, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I like Pittman there. I mean, I believe in his talent, hoping that he gets a better wide receiver, even with Carson Wentz or not with Carson Wentz. I like him.
Yeah.
I was going more youth there than anything.
But we didn't hit the light goal, so Badaki, you don't have to buy an Eli Apple Giants jersey. But on your way out, guys, if you could show some love and drop a like, that would mean a lot.
Yeah.
Sean,
thanks
for joining us in the. Sorry.
FY. No, Sean. I am interested in Nico Collins, by the way. So if you want, let me know.
Okay.
Anyways.
Guys, seriously, thank you so much for spending time. I mean, honestly, anytime people jump on a live stream with us and spend their night hanging out with us, it's always an honor. So thank you so much for hanging out with us, hearing our dumb opinions, our good opinions, and I'm glad that we can kind of hang out together. So enjoy your night. Enjoy your Valentine's. If you don't have a Valentine, you got the boys. Join the Discord. You got a community there. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your night.